Will Catwoman's dark revelation end up driving a wedge between her and Batman? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman issue number 90 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up from where the last issue left off, the Dark Knight had given control over his considerable drone army to Harley Quinn, because, she just loves video games and screwing with Deathstroke. The hope is that if Harley can keep the final assassin busy long enough, then Selina can info dump Batman all the important information he needs to know about the designer and what exactly is going on in Gotham. So strap on in and grab your popcorn, everyone, because this is an old-fashioned flashback issue, and it's a flashback issue too because Catwoman's costume changes to the purple thing she used to wear. As Selina tells it, she first met the designer during the early days of Gotham's supervillainy. Batman and Robin had beaten back the Falcons and the Mafia, and now a new daring breed of criminal was beginning to take hold. Even back in those days, amongst the costumed criminals of Gotham, the designer was something of a legend, an urban legend, the greatest criminal no one had ever heard of, pulling off the greatest heists and schemes that no one had ever heard of. But as with all rumors in the world of fiction, they turn out to be 100% true. Not only is the designer real, but he's invited some of Batman's most prominent villains, the Joker, the Riddler, the Penguin, and of course Catwoman, who also just so happen to be the same villains from the 60s TV show, go figure, to his private home, Tartarus House, which, file that right next to the House of Mysteries and the House of Secrets as far as creepy houses in the DC universe go. It's here too the designer also opens up about his own origin. He says back in the day he was something of a gentleman thief, but he was stopped at every turn by a detective. The designer knew for every move he made, this detective was able to meet him off at the pass, so the only proper way to defeat him would be to evolve his plans to such a level the detective would never be able to keep up. That plot worked, of which afterwards he christened himself the designer, and now he's come all the way to Gotham to help these villains with their Batman problem. Using his genius, almost Dr. Moriarty level mind, as well as a seemingly endless supply of money and resources, as well as zombie henchmen. No, they haven't exactly explained that one yet. The designer takes each villain individually and helps them plan the perfect crime tailor-made to their own gimmick. For Catwoman, it would be the greatest heist in American history. Not just stealing one diamond or priceless piece of art, instead stealing an entire family fortune overnight, completely free and clear. For Riddler, it was a computer-generated maze that would allow him to cripple the police department, and for Penguin, well, we already know what that plan was, a shell game of assassins that ended with him being mayor. At that point, the villains were all feeling pretty damn invincible, but all of that ended up going down the tubes the second the designer started talking to the Joker, because, well, as we all know, the Joker isn't like those other villains. He's basically evil incarnate. And once the designer got a glimpse at to what exactly the Joker's final form might be, he decided that it's probably better for everyone if he just killed the Joker and the other villains to have it be done with. Now, Batman's villains may be a superstitious and cowardly lot, but they're also slippery as all hell. It seems that the Joker managed to sneak a pistol past the designer's security and uses it to shoot him in the head. Together, the four villains simply thought that would be the end of it. No designer, no backing meant no perfect crimes, but at least they get away with this murder. They even went out of their way to burn down Tartarus House just to cover their tracks. But now, all these years later, the designer seems to be back alive and well and getting revenge on the villains by using their very own perfect plans against them. First up was Penguin, which means next it must be Catwoman. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the family fortune that was going to be stolen in the perfect crime just so happens to belong to the Waynes, which means Batman better hurry or he's about to lose everything. And so that was Batman number 90, everybody, and once again James Tynion manages to impress with a very compelling little mystery story here. I wasn't fully convinced by the designer at first, but I'm starting to warm up to him. Perhaps my favorite thing, though, is the ultimate revelation that for once a villain has a bone to pick not with Batman himself, but with his villains, and Batman and the city, by extension, are just kind of caught in the crossfire of this ancient supervillain blood feud. Tynion's also doing a pretty good job building up his version of the Joker, as well as setting the stage for Joker War already here in this first story arc. Overall, I'd give this one a very positive 9 out of 10. It's been consistently solid.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you're in the market for comic books right now, and I mean really who isn't, you might want to check out my book depository link down in the description. It's no joke my favorite place to buy comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link, not only will you be getting yourself something nice, but you'll be helping out the channel a little bit while you do so. So, you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Bye-bye.